Hang
on a minute. Right, have the sound on in a minute. Good job the volume's turned right down. Sorry about that. Good morning, guys. Sorry about the wait. I was just sharing it out. So hello everyone. Sorry about you know, the lack of live streams lately. We've had, you know, not been very well, and we've had a lot of stuff you know, going on sort of in the Pickering household. Hi Centroid, how are you? Obviously Pixie is over there, so
woohoo!
But so yeah, so I do apologise. I've been in the bath and sort of tried to do something with my hair, but not succeeded very well. So yeah, and here I am. That's about it, really. I mean, a lot of people that have been watching Pixies and myself know, you know, had a lot going on. So that's why I'm apologising. Hopefully, things are sort of getting back to. Hiya, Angel. How are you? Yeah, I'll invite you on because I haven't had anyone on the panel for quite a while. So I didn't do one Monday because we were waiting for a phone call, and I kept saying, well, knowing my luck, as soon as I go live, the phone will ring. Sat there waiting. I kept posting in the group, I will be going live at some point, but then we were waiting and waiting and waiting for this phone call, and it never came. But it's sorted out now anyway. Hi, Karate. How are you?
Hey, Jeanette. Good morning. I'm doing well. I just have been going through my own stuff in my own life over the past 3 weeks since being back down in Minnesota, because I just been trying to get things done. Because if you're wondering what it is that I've been working on, because if you probably noticed, I haven't been doing that very much stuff on my channel in terms of like my regular stuff that I do. That's because I'm busy finding an apartment and busy getting the same stuff that I'm currently getting down in Minnesota, down in Arizona, because I'm going to be moving down there permanently to be close to family.
Good. Well, at least you're sorting it out, and you know you had a good time while you were in Arizona, and you know it's working towards bigger and better things, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it's just that during the first 7 days that I was back down here, I was going through family separation anxiety and depression because I missed my family already, even the night when I came back from to back down to Minnesota of riding the 2.5 day Greyhound bus again.
Yeah, it is a long journey. I mean, I wouldn't like to think I were on a bus for 2.5 days.
Yeah, and it was just very sad that I had to leave them, but I just wasn't up for having anyone around me. I wasn't up for doing my usual YouTube stuff. And the Sunday when I came back, I did a stream titled "I Just Want to Move Back to Arizona Forever" because I was just so deeply depressed and just missed my family already. And I even talked a bit about how I was going through struggles with my dad.
Yeah. I mean, I know. I sort of know what you're going through because my doctors prescribed me antidepressants.
Yeah.
Because as you know, I've sort of been having health and illness problems, and basically I went to see the doctor, and she basically said, well, I think a lot of it is because of your low mood, etc.
Oh.
So, you know, I'm on the, I like to refer to them as happy pills. So yeah, but I'm sort of getting there, getting there. So, you know, we've had a lot of stuff to sort out as regarding, you know, we're getting a Motability car on. It's a scheme that the UK government run where, you know, they provide you with a car, you rent it, you know, and they do everything else. You just put petrol in. So that's sort of what, you know, we've been sorting out at the moment. So hopefully, keeping fingers crossed, should have the car by the end of next week.
That's great that you guys are getting a new vehicle.
So we're going to be visiting a few friends, you know, fellow YouTubers. So we've been calling it Pixies on Tour, so, or Pickerings on Tour.
If you're wondering where I went, I was just going in there because during the Arizona trip, I got this snazzy suit.
Yeah. And your ears pierced?
Yep, I got my ears pierced.
Yeah, but the burning question is, Angel, did you get your tattoo?
No, I didn't because of money.
Oh, because I can remember you saying you were considering getting a tattoo, so that was the burning question. Did you get the tattoo?
Well, I was considering it if I had enough money, but during the trip of Arizona, I burned through so much money. You could not believe it because when I was down in Arizona during the second week, my brother's girlfriend took me over to H&M, a clothing store down in Arizona. But I'm pretty sure it's like nationwide and in other parts of like the UK, I'm guessing.
What's it called again?
H&M.
What's it called again?
H&M.
H&M, yeah. Yeah, we do have it here in the UK. Hi, Crimson, how are you?
And so when I went clothes shopping, I spent $204 on just clothes alone because I
Oh,
got the suit, which was $60. I got a few T-shirts; they were about $20 each. I got a new pair of pants that was about 30. And so, in terms of like exactly what I got, I don't know because I just was pretty surprised of how much it was. But this suit was well worth it.
yeah. I mean, for a decent suit here in the UK, you're talking about £100 for a decent one.
Uh,
Pixie said, "Did you get a new Trump wig?"
Nah, my old Trump wig is still there, but it's in the storage right now because I'm going to be moving soon.
So are you in the process of sort of packing your things away then?
The stuff over here where I am at right now is basically stuff that I'll be going through a little bit later on, but I'm just organizing it right now from keepers to throwaways to selling because I'm going to be selling a few items. And there's a few boxes behind the couch here. Three of the boxes have all my DVDs in there, and the other boxes, one has my backup Lenovo laptop computer, one has my 4K Blu-ray player, and one has my TV antenna. And so I'm basically like packing stuff right now that I know I won't be using during the rest of the time that I'm done here, but I still want to keep anyhow. And I'm also in the midst of separating papers and magazines for recycling.
All right. Hi, Ruby. How are you? So, well, it's a big thing moving. I mean, I can tell you. I mean, we've moved quite a few times, and nothing more stressful than moving about.
Well, yeah, but moving is also one of those things that's expensive because the thing with me, I'm not able to drive a U-Haul because I don't have a driver's license. So I have to hire a moving company, to do the driving for me. And the companies that I've been in contact with say that I'm not allowed to ride with them because of reliability issues.
Yeah.
And so that's understandable. So what I'm gonna do is that when it comes down time to moving, I'll just go ahead and take another 2.5 day bus ride down to Arizona, and so that way I could be down there by the time my stuff is delivered.
Is it a lot more expensive to fly down there than it is getting the bus?
I'm not sure. I mean, I could go ahead and take a plane ride instead, and just be there in a few hours instead of like a few days. But my thing is, if I were to take a plane, I would basically mean that I would have to find a temporary place for a few days to live at, which I'm sure my brother is okay with. But I just want to try to make sure everything is properly organized and properly orchestrated and in line and scheduled.
But the thing is, I mean, if you've got like a date for moving in once you've sorted an apartment or whatever out, you could work around that with a plane schedule, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, that I did not think of that because if like let's say if I had a place already reserved in my name and for when I do come down and move in there, I could go ahead and just take a plane down to my new building and just create a temporarily sleeping space like a air mattress or some form of way to relax myself until the moving truck comes
Yeah,
and delivers
definitely.
everything.
But I mean, you look at the stress levels. If you're taking a 2.5 day bus journey, would be cut dramatically if you were to take a plane and it only take 2 hours.
Yeah, because yeah, I understand the stress level because during the 2.5 days that I went from Arizona back down to here in Minnesota, the night when I came back on February 15th at 11:30 p.m., which would have been 5:30 a.m. down in your guys' time, I would have tried sleeping that very first night when I was down here, but I couldn't because I was pretty much was jet lag where I felt the motion and vibrations as if I was still riding on the bus when I wasn't. Because
Yeah, yeah,
every time I tried sleeping on the couch here in my living room because I would had to get a new bed delivered and scheduled for when I came back down here. So every time I tried sleeping on the couch, the my body still felt as though I was riding on the bus because of the
yeah,
motion and vibration.
yeah. Hi, Biggies. How are you? But yeah, I mean, it's same with everything else. I mean, uh, like myself, even like a 2 hour bus journey is stressful for me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I would be sort of looking into the options of flying down there because it's going to
Yeah.
be less stressful on yourself.
And it'd also be a less stressful on my body, and I won't get jet lagged ever again.
Well, that's it, and it's a lot better for yourself knowing that rather than a 2.5 day journey, it's only going to be a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
Yeah, Chris is on about it. We went to a place called Skegness, which is in Lincolnshire, and at the time we hadn't got a car, so we booked a bus journey, and that were like 2.5 hours. And sort of went once we got there, we kept saying, "Never again, never again. We're never going to do that again." And that were only
Uh,
2.5 hours.
wow.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey, Mark.
So yeah. Just to tell everyone as well, I just popped in last night because onto your live stream. The tarot reading that I got was quite interesting. Uh, Basically, he said I would, I can look forward to big things, but it not sort of do gradually. It'll sort of boom and So, I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's understandable.
couldn't really stop long because it was late here in the UK, and we got get up
Yeah,
for Callum this morning.
yeah. And so yeah, just busy getting things done. And such. I'm planning on moving by the mid of April, if not the mid of May, because I just want to make sure give myself enough time. If it doesn't work for my first initial date, I have a second date already planned and figured out, so that way I can be able to get things finished and organized and situated, so I don't have to worry too much about rushing myself.
That's it. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Hey,
So,
Paul.
so, so let's. Would your sort of brother organise you? Like looking at somewhere to live, or have you been looking,
Yeah,
or?
I basically was in the midst of talking with him during the first week that I was down here and mentioned that I just want to go back. He said that he'll help me look for an apartment as well, and he says that his girlfriend basically found one that might interest me, but I haven't received like any information about it yet, and I've been in the midst of looking myself. And I even asked him about, well, what if they don't have a vacant spot for open for a few months, or any apartments available for a certain period of time? Where can I stay? He basically said, well, he's going to see about maybe me staying with him, but I most likely will have to put my stuff into storage. And the moving company that I'm going to be hiring has a storage option down in Arizona.
Oh, that's good. I mean, at least you're getting it sorted out. It's you've got other options. Let's just say if you don't actually find anywhere straight away.
Yep.
So yeah. So you know, it's onwards and upwards basically.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, yeah, I suppose really you could say that about us. Really, I mean, what with the new wheels, it's going to give us a lot more freedom. I'm going to be able to get out a lot more. Um, you know, it's you
Make sure it's got good internet. Hello, Angel. Well, believe it or not, when I was down in Arizona and I connected to my brother's Wi-Fi, because they have a cable and internet service called Cox Communications, his Wi-Fi was way more faster than mine, so I'm going to be getting the same internet service and cable service that my brother has.
oh, that's good. It's as I say, the options are there. You know what I mean? It's as we say, it's dotting the i's and crossing the t's. You know
Yeah.
the the final preparations. And it on the day that you move in, it finally becomes a reality. It's like us, we in anticipation of this new car, and until we sort of actually get it, you sort of anticipating all the while.
Yeah, that's true. And also, one of the things about moving to a different city or a different country is the fact that you have to say goodbye to all the people that you've been around with for so many years. Because it's hard to let go of the people that you gotten to know and gotten to get along with. But in life, things always change, and change is most likely a good thing, but it can be a bad thing depending on how you think or put in it, because the change is basically based on your choice. If you make a good change in your life, good things will happen. If you make a bad change in your life, bad things will happen. So it's all based upon your choice. But for me, it's going to be a good change for me because I'll be closer to family.
That's what I was just going to say. I mean, moving has got its pros and cons, but you think that you'd be moving closer to your family. Yeah, you'd probably be leaving some good friends behind. Um, but you'll make new friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll make new friends, and I've been listening to this. I remember the song that I was listening to as a young child when I used to watch Sesame Street all the time. And there would be the song by Hoops the Owl, who would ask this kid, Jimmy, are you sad that you had to move? You're sad, but that you're gonna miss your old friends and that you're gonna have to make new friends. Is that what you're troubling you there, Jimmy? Yeah. Well, don't you worry. Just remember, things are always changing, but don't be sad and blue. Change can make you happy because it'll bring you something new.
Exactly, exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's you'll make new friends. You've got your family around you. It's
Yeah, and also it'll bring up new opportunities for me because I'll be seeing about getting new services, like I'll be seeing about getting Section 8 housing in Arizona and medical assistance, because when I was down in Arizona, the one thing that you guys are probably saw from my 1 minute video or heard about is the fact that on February 5th of last month, I had a day where I had 7 seizures in the midst of a 5 hour time span between 2:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. And when I was brought to the hospital by my brought to the Indian hospital by my brother, the Indian hospital had me told me that I had to transfer to a different hospital, and that hospital that I had to go to was not covered at all. So I got a bill over the weekend, this past weekend, $1,043.83 that I have to pay for somehow. And so I'm seeing about getting medical assistance so I don't have to worry about
oh
ever running
wow.
into another bill like that.
I mean, everybody complains about our National Health Service, but the fact of the matter is, if you're ill, here in the UK, you don't have to pay.
That's
You know,
true.
you know. But I mean, in a roundabout way, yes, we do have to pay because we have to pay tax, and then we have to pay national insurance, which, in other words, that is paying for your free treatment on the NHS. If you get what I mean. So you actually are paying, but you're not. Hi Ian, how are you?
Hey, Ian.
So yeah, I mean, but there's been a lot complaining about the NHS, but the fact of the matter is, if you call an ambulance, sometimes or most of the time, that if it's an emergency, they'll get there within a couple of minutes. And it's like everything else, they stretch to the limit because of funds, etc.
Yeah.
And all the time people are getting the operations cancelled because of the the funding, etc. It is in crisis.
Yeah, but for me, I don't. I just want to make sure that I'm covered if I ever have to go to the Indian hospital and be transferred to a different one. And I even called the Indian, the county of Maricopa, and about seeing about getting assistance of something called access. And I even then they said that basically all I have to do is just be a resident down in Arizona. There's no time period that I have to be down there because once I move down there, I'm a certified resident and I could apply to see about getting the access, the program benefits.
Well, you see, the last thing you need is keep getting £1,000 like medical bills.
Yeah.
That's the last thing you need. I mean, you're just trying to get settled and everything, and You know, last thing you want to be worrying about is how am I going to pay this medical bit.
Well, for me, I'm just taking it step by step right now. Because even though there's a lot on my plate, I'm just like checking it off like a list. First, I'm going to be focused on my move, and then once I move down to Arizona, I'm going to be focusing on getting new furniture and some new stuff to decorate my apartment because I'm looking for a 2 bedroom and 1 bath apartment because I want to have my own YouTube studio. And then after I get all that done, I am going to be looking for assistance like Section 8 and medical.
Hi, little B.
Hey, little B.
I know why. I know why Angel wants to get a 2 bedroom because he's wanting to invite girlfriend over. I bet. I bet he made a few women friends while they were down in Arizona. You know, I could tell by Angel's face. I know that look on his face. You know, that little smile on his face. I reckon he's got a lady friend down there. That's why he's so keen to move back. You see, he's not saying no. He's not denying it.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah, Crimson says, lol, now that you mention it. See? You know, this
oh, man.
As they say in England, I might be green looking, but I'm not a green as cabbage looking, you know. Eyes and ears.
I hope we're not going to say Angel is a dad.
I'm going to say, don't run before you can walk. We don't want any little angels running about just let. So, see, I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm always right. You know, he's not denying
I'm just checking my notifications.
Yeah, that's why I keep checking his phone as well.
Oh, do you need me to give you a kiss there?
What?
Do you need me to give you a kiss?
Well, I think you should save yourself, Angel, if you have got a lady friend. Save all your kisses, not for me.
Oh,
man. Chris says naughty pictures on his phone.
Oh, Chris.
Chris says, lol, little angels to her process.
Oh, man.
You know what I always say, Crimson? It only takes one shot on target. Yeah, you know, take what you like from that one, but yeah, there's a saying, it only takes one shot on target. Hiya, Choppers, how are you? But yeah, I won't explain what I mean, but most of the English people know what I mean. You see, he's gone off camera now, because, yeah, on phone.
The Crimson says, make sure to bring her to the movies with the popcorn bag with the hole at the bottom. Oh, my.
So, you know what we always say, Angel? If in doubt, wear your jacket. Oh, Chopper's on his getting ready to go on his way back home. And while you were in Arizona, they were flooded in Townsville, where Chopper is from, right? Oh. And he lost his ute because that went sort of like floating down the street. So basically, he's had to go to Brisbane, and it looked like he went to Brisbane on the space shuttle because he's shown pictures on the train, and he did, you know, and it looked like a space shuttle. So he went down to Brisbane in comfort. He's been staying at his dad's for a few days. He's got to pick the camper, But he had a little bit of a problem because the camper was too big for his Ewart, so he's got to ride with the sides down.
I can't stand Jeremy Kyle. Doesn't hear him.
So yes, we're just talking about Angel. He's just, well, he's been back from Arizona a few weeks, Choppers, and you know, I think I've hit the nail on the head. We think he's met a young lady while he was down there, because he's turned his camera off.
Oh man.
So, and he's got that big grin on his face. So yes.
Jeremy Kyle is my guilty pleasure. I have no idea who Jeremy Kyle is.
He does, like, you know, who's the father and lie detector things, and so yeah. I mean, he did come to the USA. He does do a USA one, I think.
Oh man.
But yeah, so I mean, all what, you know. I mean, you're laughing, Angel, but you know, I mean.
Well, that's because I'm just having fun with you guys. But for me, truth of the matter is, I don't have a lady at all, because the person that I met on the bus the first time around when I went from Minnesota down to Phoenix, Arizona during my first bus ride, I did get her number, but I haven't been in contact with her since then, because I've just been focused on my own stuff.
Nah. He met a young lady on the bus. There you go. So there you go. See, Auntie Jeanette is never right. Never wrong, sorry. Never right, wrong. You're confusing me now.
Well, the thing is, I haven't been in contact with her since getting her number, because I was just wanting to spend time with the family and have a great time with them, and now I'm more focused on getting everything figured out for my move. But for me, I will just wait till the time comes.
Well, that's it. Chris has just put, so if you want a new girlfriend, go on the bus for 2.5 days. Well, this is it. You start conversations up, you know what I mean? And yeah, you never know. You never know. So yeah, you know, as we say, baby steps and all that, you know. You know, that's our relationship start. Oh, Chopper says he liked his train. I tell you, I mean, you'll have to have a look. Some of the pictures, it looked like a space shuttle. Yeah. Paul says that's one hell of a bus ride, Angel. Yeah. This is why we've just been talking about I'm actually getting the plane, Paul, because it's only like a 2-hour plane ride, whereas on the bus, it's 2.5 days. I mean, I did look it up, you know, from Minnesota to Arizona, and it's, what did it say? 16.5 hours, something like that.
Because I left from Phoenix, Arizona at 6:20 p.m. on February 13th, and I came back to Minnesota at 11:30 p.m. on February 15th.
So yeah, I mean, that is one hell of a bus journey. I won't like to think. I mean, same as I say, I'd dread it, like 2.5 hours, let alone 2.5 days, and then you've got like all the, you know, getting off one bus onto another and all the waiting about, etc. It's you know, it won't it won't do for me. That's all I'm saying.
No, me neither.
Oh, Chopper says he's got a 2-day drive to get home tomorrow. Yeah, you see, this is what I'm saying, Paul. You know, I mean, we only went to Skegness once, And that were like 2.5, I think 2.5, 3 hours, and that were long enough for us. You scrunched up on a bus.
Morning.
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 I just want to rub that bald head of his
I
there.
know, I've cut all his hair off.
I just want to rub his bald head.
13-hour trip once.
I know.
You come in.
Paul says he did a 13-hour bus trip and it were brutal. Some as I say, you like, you can't get comfortable on a bus. You know, you like, in my case, I felt all scrunched up. You can't stretch your legs out, nothing. I mean, yeah, we did have a bus like with a toilet on it, but I mean, that's sort of no consolation when you can't really get up and, you know, going down there and coming back. The bus were packed solid.
Yeah,
you know?
and the buses that I took, there was a bathroom way in the back of the bus near, and there were times when some passengers left the door open, and when I took the first bus down from Phoenix to Minnesota here, the plug-in outlets were not working at all, so there was like electrical problem because people were not able to charge their phones or plug in their computers.
Oh, yeah. Chopper says it was a 24-hour train trip to get to Big Gaz's place in Brisbane. Wow. Well, at least, I mean, at least there's sort of a consolation there for Choppers because it were absolutely gorgeous, that train that he went down on. I mean, it were, you know, it were like, same as I say, it were like a little capsule in a space shuttle. You know what I mean? That's sort of the consolation of it. Yeah, it were a long journey, but they were doing it in comfort, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you Lucy then? But yeah, you know, I mean, funny thing is, I mean, like when we went to Bideford Bay on his holidays, it took us about 4.5, 5 hours, and that's in the car. And ooh, and that was just in car, even though sort of like after a couple of hours we stopped and, you know, had a toilet break and had a walk round, had something to eat. You know, but even then, like 4.5 hour sort of car journey, it still grates on your nerves because you know, you're thinking, oh God, how much further, how much further? Paul says he was wondering where it can. Well, you see, it's been absolutely chucking it down with rain all night. So it were relatively dry this morning. So they've took advantage and gone out, you see. I'm sure he is, Choppers. I'm sure he is. He says, I wonder if Cookie's missing me. But yeah, you know, we've sort of had a little break in the rain, and you know, they've took advantage and gone out. So yeah, at the moment, the only time that they're coming in is to have a little bit of something to eat, and then they're going back out again. And as we say in the UK, make hay while the sun shines.
What sunshine?
Well, speaking metaphorically. Oh, Mark says a 2-hour delay for the start of school. Should have a little time to chat about Da Vinci. Hiya, Doug. How are you?
Hey, Doug.
So yeah, you know, I mean, and then we had very high winds the other night, and apparently It were Storm Freya, as they named it. They named the storms here. But they were like gusts of up to about 70 mile an hour. And then we've had the rain. So, you know, I mean, we talk about, you know, global warming and everything. I mean, the rain that they've had in Australia you know, it's been really, really bad.
But the good thing is that there has been some nice days down here in Minnesota. But we're expected to get the all day snowstorm come this Saturday. But when I came down, I was surprised at the amount of snow that there was.
We see this as it. I mean, we were only talking about this the other day. I mean, like last week, we were basking in sunshine and temperatures of about 20 degrees. But for February in the UK, that is unheard of. And then the difference in the weather this week, you know, and the unusual snow that they've had in the USA. And talking of cats, Paul, that's Benny's in as well, so he's having a wash. So yeah, so that's 2 out of the 3 that are in. Oh, 2 meters of rain in 3 weeks. That's 7. Oh, Gordon Bennett.
7 feet, damn.
I know.
Oh, we got lots of socks.
That's the eldest. That one is Paul. That's Benny. He's
9 this year.
He's the old fella of the 3.
There's a year.
So he likes sitting there pruning itself. It's been raining in Alabama. So yeah, I mean, some as I say, to say we were basking in 20 degrees last week and like glorious sunshine, to this week it's damp, dismal and horrible. Who's the boss? The black one.
Me.
Basically, you know, none of them mess about with him. He's the old fella of the gang, and you know, he basically rules the roost. Let's just say. So you know, it's like he's the only one that comes in the bedroom. Others don't even bother attempting if they know Benny's up there. So yeah, I think you could safely say he's the king of the castle. Let's say. Yeah, it's not very warm here this morning. Chopper says he needs air conditioning in his camper. Well, you see, the thing is about Chopper. I mean, you can recycle a lot of the stuff that you know. If you are building a new camper, you can recycle a lot of the stuff from your old camper. Just make it bigger. So yeah, you know, it's. I don't think I could live anywhere that's sort of where it's like raining all the while, because it's. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't like it red hot, but I like the warm weather because it makes you feel better, if you know what I mean. The warm weather makes you feel better, whereas the cold weather just makes you feel miserable.
Yeah, and that's like one of the reasons why I'm moving down to Arizona is because of the warm weather, but also to be closer to family and also to try to get my body back into shape because I'm trying to find an apartment that has an exercise facility there and also a outdoor pool.
Ooh. So it's basically, you know, you're gonna bulk up, are you?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So so you've got to be issued with a warning, you know, watch out, angels about. You know, once he gets his mojo on, and you know, new apartment and everything, you know, there's not gonna you know, there's gonna be no stopping you.
Nah.
So you know,
When is he moving down to Arizona?
well, he's just said not so long back, about April, May time approximately.
Oh.
Yeah, cause I told my landlord to put my 30-day notice in for to get me from the end of April to the end of May to finalize things. I initially leaned it towards the end of March to the end of April, but I thought it might have been too soon since we're already into March, so I expanded it to give myself more time.
Well, that's it. That's it. I mean, it's sort of no good jumping into too quickly, if you know what I mean. You've got to find the right apartment, because at the end of the day, you've got to live there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to find the right place and get everything put into place for the move. But you know, it's no good. You know, it's no good jumping headfirst into things and saying, you know, you've got to sort things out, and you know, get everything sort of spot on before you actually do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I filmed a vlog yesterday, but it was quite late when it was completed. So I think I don't know whether Pixie's gonna release it today or wait and release it tomorrow. I don't know, but I have filmed one anyway.
They're going up tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll be going up tomorrow, will they?
Either from phone or to result.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, there has one been filmed. So I think you'll enjoy this one, because Chris had some last night and he says it were absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chopper says be right back, need a drink.
I get us a pie then, Chops.
Well, what I'll do is I'll go on till about 11:10. That'll take me up to about an hour. Pixie wants to talk to Centroid about this Da Vinci thingamajig, whatever it is. So I'll just go on for an hour, and you know, I will hand the what's it over to him, because he's downloaded this new. Hiya, Carolyn. How are you?
Carolyn.
Yeah, he wants to get this this new software sorted. I don't know.
DaVinci Resolve. Once you've edited it, you've got to render it into a video you've got to make it into a video.
All right.
So then you can upload it to YouTube.
Yeah, well, it's editing software anyway, but he's not quite sure about it.
It's all free, because I've been on Phil Moore.
Is it something called Da Vinci? Because I know that I know that Paul told that he's a Windows movie maker for life.
Oh. Hiya, Jelly Duck, how are you? But yeah, same as I say, he'd been using that Filmora or whatever it is, and he paid for it, but it's run out. So it's sort of like playing about with different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to me, once you pay for something, that should be it. Not having to pay for it every year.
Yeah,
40 quid it is.
Yeah, it's same as Chris has just said. If you pay for something like that, it should be like a one-off payment, and then you've got it for life. But this is like an annual thing; you have to do it every year, and it's a lot of money. So you know, it's sort of playing about with this, what Da Vinci, whatever it is.
I'll sort it out.
And he don't understand it at the moment. So that's what Mark Centroid were on about. I think he uses that. So he sort of wanted to talk to him on Skype about it, and so. But some as I say, I don't do the editing anyway because Chris does it for me. I'm just moving that because Tucker will knock it flying otherwise. Okay. Benny. I'm getting mixed up between them now. So did you get round to seeing all your relatives when you were in Arizona?
Yeah, I got around to seeing everyone, and I even took some really great photos and recorded some videos, because one video that I did on the first night that I was down there was my brother Donovan performing at a bar.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think I've seen that.
And I even recorded a video of us playing the game Trouble, where it was a 35-second video. And I even did some streams here and there, like I did one when I where I did one the night of the Super Bowl here in America, and I even recorded a video of rain versus snow debate. What weather do you see? Because my brother Donovan said that he saw snow, I saw rain, so it's kind of like that whole dress debate. What color is the dress?
Yeah. So you were debating whether it was snow or rain.
Yeah.
Oh, Carolyn says she's an awful headache. Well, funny thing is, that's why Chris were up early, because he woke up and he got a terrible headache.
And I was struggling to keep awake.
I know. So yeah. So as the time, my apologies. As you probably know, I've not sort of been doing a lot of live streams just lately. Some as I say, within the next couple of weeks, things will be sorted out. So we're just waiting are a few things, and that's we'll be sorted. Plus I've got an itchy nose now. You've passed it on, Angel. Plus my health hasn't been all that great anyway. So, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to close it down because I know Chris is itching to talk to. Chopper's just come back. I'm going to close it down because I know Chris has wanted to talk to Centroid on Skype about this. What's it? Whatever it is. So I will be back on Friday. I sent you a pint, Chris.
Good lad.
So yeah, I will be back Friday morning. So if you're around Friday morning, Angel, you're quite welcome.
Yeah. If I'm around Friday morning, I will definitely come on.
Okie dokie then. So I'll see everybody on Friday morning. Some as I say,
bye.
That's the reason why my apologies. I haven't been around much, so I'll see everyone on Friday morning. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye.